Hey guys, welcome back to today's video. So today we're testing out a new concealer. This is the concealer that I shared with you guys in my previous haul video. We are testing out the new MAC Studio Fix 24-hour Smooth Wear Concealer. I'm super excited to test this out. You guys know me and testing out concealers. Like, I love testing out concealers. So I'm going to be putting this to the test today against one of my all-time favorite concealers. And this one is the Dermablend Smooth Liquid Camo. Both of these sounded like very similar to me. The descriptions of both of them sounded very similar. If you guys are familiar with my channel, you know I have three like holy grail amazing concealers that I just kind of rotate, but I have three of them. And out of the three that I kind of wanted to put this up against, I felt like the Dermablend and this new MAC Studio Fix, I felt like these were really close. So basically the new MAC one says it's a medium to full coverage concealer. It's supposed to be smooth and ultra blurring and make your skin look seamless and flawless. It's supposed to be great for the under eye as well, but it's supposed to be super long lasting, like 24-hour long lasting. Now, I am not going to be wearing this for 24 hours. I would never, I mean, how in the world can you even wear makeup for 24 hours? Like, that's just not gonna happen. But I will test this out all day with you guys and we'll see how it wears. And again, I am so picky with concealers. They cannot crease on me. They cannot budge on me. They cannot cake up on me. They cannot, I mean, sometimes I've had concealers like disappear on me. I am super, super picky. So a concealer has to keep looking seamless and flawless and keep my under eyes looking perfect all day long. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to apply this to one under eye and I'll kind of do it a little bit on my face too so we can kind of see how it goes all over. And then I'm also going to take the Dermablend, which again, this is just like holy grail, one of the most amazing concealers ever. I'm going to take this on the other under eye and a little bit on that side of my face as well and kind of blend everything out. And then we're going to put these to the test. We'll see if they're kind of similar like I feel like they are, or if one is better than the other. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna zoom you guys in and we will apply the concealers, and then I also don't have any of the rest of my face makeup on, so we will just kind of do that together so I can get out the door for the day. So let's get started. So you guys are all zoomed in and ready to go, but before we get started, I did want to mention that this new MAC Studio Fix concealer, this is $22 and there's 13 shade options, I believe. And I think the Dermablend one is similar in price. I think this one's $20. So I think they're kind of comparable. The MAC 22 and I'm pretty sure the Dermablend is 20. All right, so like I said, I have all my foundation and pretty much where I am at in my makeup routine is where I do my concealer. So let's take the MAC one first. And again, this comes out in a doe foot applicator. I got it in the shade NW25. So I think this should be pretty good. So I'm gonna apply this to this under eye here. And a little bit just on the face too, so we can I kind of want to see what it does compared to the Dermablend, like on your face. Because if you're gonna blend out on like any imperfections or, you know, pimples or anything like that, I want to see how it does on the face too. So I'm just taking my damp beauty blender and just blending that in. Ooh, it blends really nice. Really seamless under the eye, like no issues blending. You know how sometimes you're blending out a concealer and right away you're like, oh my gosh, like that is not blending. That is making me look dry. That is making me look cakey. This MAC one is not doing that. It's blending out really nice. Okay, so there is one layer of the MAC Studio Fix on this side right here. You can see what it looks like. It looks really, really nice. And that's why I'm really curious how the Dermablend's gonna play up next to it, because the Dermablend one is so smooth and so ultra thin. I feel like this one is very similar because it's very thin on the skin. It doesn't look like you have products sitting under your eyes. You know, like the Shape Tape one, that one's so heavy and thick. I feel like every time I would ever try to apply that one, it looked like I had concealer sitting under my eye, and I don't want to see that. I want it to look like my skin and just blend really seamlessly into my foundation. This MAC one is doing a really good job at that. So I'm going to take the Dermablend on the other side, and then what I'll do is I'll kind of go back in and just, I always kind of dab a little bit extra under my eyes just in the dark areas in the corner. So let me just take the Dermablend. Now I'm using this one in the shade medium. That's like my perfect shade in the Dermablend. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to kind of go down the smile lines a little bit. I always kind of blur them out with some concealer. I feel like when you brighten the smile lines a little bit, it just makes them look a little bit better. And then I'm gonna do the same thing, taking the other side of my damp beauty blender. I'm gonna blend that out. And like I said, this one I've been using for a long time now. This Dermablend one has been like in my concealer arsenal for months now. I love it. The Dermablend is also a medium to full coverage as well. So again, same as the MAC, they both claim to be that medium to full coverage, ultra lightweight, which I can tell they both are. And those are the two coverages. I'm looking at them side by side. Dermablend side, MAC Studio Fix side. You can see what they look like. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. Like, what are you seeing right now? Do you see any difference on camera right now? Honestly, they both look very, very good. And they do look really similar. They have the same, like, really natural, like, perfect, flawless, seamless finish. Neither one of them is like a dewy finish. Neither one of them is a really matte finish. They're very natural, both of them. Honestly, like I said, I was pretty sure that I felt like these were gonna be comparable, and looking at them, they are super comparable. So what I'm gonna do is, this is what I always do. I always blend under my eye, and then I go back in with just a tiny little dot, so that we're on the Dermablend side again. And then I just go back in with my finger and I just dab it right over my dark area just to kind of give it a little extra coverage. And then I go back and kind of like dab around my lash line. And then that just kind of like makes sure all the creases are out before we go in and apply any powder to set. So I always do that. So I'm gonna do the same thing with the MAC Studio Fix. Just take a little extra dab on that side. But this is the type of concealer that I'm really drawn to. A very natural, medium to full coverage. Doesn't look like I have anything caking up under my eyes. Now, I know the Dermablend one does not cake up throughout the day at all. So I'm hoping that the MAC one does the same. So far, I mean, so far it looks amazing. Okay, so there you have it. There they are, both blended out under my eye. Oh, they both look honestly so good. Like, I could not pick one or the other, like right now. Like, if I had to pick a favorite right now, I mean, honestly, they both look so good. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take my Hourglass Mineral Veil Powder. I love this for the under eye. I'm gonna set both of the sides. I'm gonna take my damp sponge, get some powder on there, and I'm just going to lightly set that under eye, because we don't want that budging and we don't want that going anywhere. Okay, so there's the Dermablend side with the powder. Let's do the same for the MAC side. Just lightly going over it with powder. And then I'm also just gonna take some powder, and I always just kind of like set down my T-zone a little bit with the powder as well. And just anywhere where I kind of apply that concealer, like down the smile lines, I just kind of go over with some powder. Just make sure everything's set. All right, again, both sides. So what do you think? Which one are you seeing looks better? Honestly, in the mirror, they both look incredible. Oh, I love finding good concealers, you guys. It's so exciting. So let's finish up the, what do I need here? I need my under eye brush. So we're gonna finish up the whole kind of face today together. Why not? This is the palette that I used on my eyes today, and this is what I'm using on my face today. It's that new Hourglass palette. It's the Lighting Edit Unlocked. That's the new palette. So I just shared this with you in my haul video too, and I freaking love this palette. I used a couple of the shades on my eyes today for eyeshadow, and it looks beautiful. I took this with me over the past weekend to Vegas, and I used all the shades. I mean, it's so easy to pack. I think the shades work as eyeshadows too so beautifully. So it's such a great palette to just kind of use like for quick, like you could use it for everything. So it's amazing. I love that. So I took this bronzer shade and I put this in the crease today. So I'm gonna smudge this under my eye. I always kind of take the same shadow that I used in the crease, and I always just kind of smudge it along the lower lash line too. Then I'm gonna take my MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash. This is the mascara. Oh my gosh, you guys. I cannot wear any other lower lash mascara because anything else, like, transfers to the skin, like under my eyes, because I tried to use a different mascara on my lower lashes, and then literally like an hour later I look like a raccoon. So I got so many questions saying like, what do you use on your lower lashes? And this is the only mascara that truly works on people's bottom lashes. Like, honestly, you gotta try this. If you have issues with mascara on your lower lashes, look no further. This MAC one is the best. So now we're gonna bronze up with the bronzer in this Unlocked palette. The only thing is that's annoying about this palette, and I mean, you can't fault it because it's a palette, they have multiple shades, but they're small. So like, you don't get to use your big old bronzer brush because it just is too big. So I'm gonna take this Wayne Goss number 11 brush. This brush is really good for getting in here. You can see it's like the perfect size. And I really like this for bronzer anyway. So I'm just gonna pick up some of that bronzer, and you guys will see how gorgeous this is. I am in love with all the Hourglass bronzers. This one is no different. It's so beautiful on the skin. It gives the skin such a beautiful glow, and that's why I'm so in love with the Hourglass, like all their bronzers, because I don't really like a matte flat bronzer. Like, give me a glow. I want my skin to have that radiance to it and not look so flat. So their bronzers have always been some of my absolute favorites. Oh, look at how beautiful that is. Oh my gosh. Do you not, I don't know, is it just me? Do you get so like excited when you're applying your makeup and you're like, oh, now everything's coming together. Like, look at that bronzer. I look alive again. I'm just weird like that. When I get to certain parts of my makeup, like no joke, I will get like excited. And then there's other parts of doing your makeup like I dread. I'm like, oh, I gotta do my brows. I don't even wear eyeliner that much anymore, but on the rare occasion that I do, that's like one of the parts in my makeup routine that I like dread. I get to that part and I'm like, all right, let's get this over with. Okay, look at that bronzer. Oh my gosh, tell me that is not the most beautiful bronzer of life. It is so gorgeous. I'm telling you, this brush for bronzer is amazing. Wayne Goss just does it right with his brushes too, for sure. But that bronzer is truly beautiful. Let's go into the blush now. So there's two different blushes in here. There is the Nude, what is this one called? Nude something, Nude Glow, and then Mood Flush. Both of them are actually new blushes, so they're completely new. You cannot buy them in singles yet. So that's the thing I love about this palette. Actually, everything in here is brand new. It's all new colors, so it's amazing. So what I'm gonna do is I am just gonna keep kinda everything on the nudish side today. So I'm gonna take a little bit of the Nude Glow. This one has a little bit more matte to it, like not matte, because no Hourglass is matte, but the Nude Glow has a little bit more of that like radiance to it. So we're gonna pick up some of that Nude Glow. I'm gonna pop that onto my cheeks here. And it just gives like the perfect little glow and pop of color to your cheeks. All right, then I'm gonna take the strobe powder. This is the metallic strobe powder in Champagne Strobe Light. I love this. I've been wearing this non-stop. Like I said, this palette is so beautiful. I love these palettes. This one is just amazing. I'm gonna take this on to the cheekbones and up around. I always give a little bit up around like that. Now this is like my color highlight. Remember when I shared with you the Marc Jacobs, that new really big highlighter, that Omega Illuminizer? It's so gold, and for my skin tone, I prefer more of like that champagne-y kind of like creamy glow type of thing. This one is just so beautiful. Look at that. Oh, amazing. And then I'm just gonna go back into this Filtered Light, which are the Ambient lighting powders. These are like your finishing powders. So they just like leave your skin looking airbrushed. So I'm gonna kind of take them both. And I've been really just going into Filtered Light first. And then what's the other one? Soft Light. Filtered Light and Soft Light. Been getting some of that onto my brush. And I've just been going over kind of like the triangle underneath my eye. And just kind of like filtering that whole area in the T-zone. Just like that. All right, so there you have it. Those are our two concealers. Remember, the left side is the new MAC Studio Fix, and the right side is the Dermablend Smooth Liquid Camo Concealer. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go throughout my entire day. I will check back in with you guys at the end of the night. Like seriously, I will wait until right before I have to wash my makeup off at night. So we're gonna fully test it out. We're gonna see if cake's up on me. We're gonna see if it creases on me. We're gonna see if it completely starts to disappear on me. Like I said, I've had that happen. We will see if any of those crazy annoying concealer issues happen with this new MAC concealer. Honestly, right now, looking in the mirror, both sides of my concealer look so flawless. So that is what I want. That is what I look for in my concealer. Now I expect them to both stay like this all day. So that's gonna be the true test. I will see you guys at the very end of the day here, and I will check back in. We'll do our final thoughts then. See you guys later. All right, so hey, I am back. It is now 10:15 at night. I literally am about to wash my face, put my pajamas on, go watch a little Young and the Restless for the night. So anyway, let's talk about this concealer here. I have not touched up all day. I've actually not even really looked in the mirror that much today. I've had a super busy day. I put my makeup on this morning at about, when did I film this morning? Like 9:30 this morning. And like I said, it is now 10:15 at night. So that is like a full day of wear. Let's kind of zoom in here and let's see what's cooking. Okay, so I am completely impressed. The Dermablend side and the MAC side honestly look identical. That is really shocking to me. They both look the same. There's no creasing, there is no caking up, there is no sinking into fine lines and wrinkles. Both of them are so seamless and really just blend flawlessly into the rest of my skin, the rest of my foundation. I am completely impressed because I have tried so many other concealers. You guys know me. I try every concealer under the sun. There's not many at all that can hold up next to this Dermablend one. I have been using this Dermablend one for a good, I would say, almost a year. Like, I love this Dermablend concealer. So when I test the concealer up next to that, most of them fall short. This MAC 24-hour smooth wear concealer is really blowing my mind how similar it is to the Dermablend. And I mean, okay, did I call that at the beginning of this video? I was like, I feel like these two are gonna be so similar. And they are like so similar to the point that you will never be able to tell the difference. I think this concealer is amazing. If you have not tried the Dermablend one, highly suggest. Of course, I've been suggesting that for the past year. If you have not tried the new MAC one, definitely give that a shot as well. Highly suggest. Either one of these you cannot go wrong with. So yeah, you guys, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I hope it helped you out. I will link these both down below for you guys for sure in the description box. Open that up for more info and also subscribe for more videos. And I will see you all next time. Bye, guys. You're fine.
You're fine. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you come on here with a bad hair day.
I do all the time. Hey, guys. So, because I cannot tell the difference between my two under eyes and which one is better, I brought my esteemed colleague in here. This is my husband, Brian. And he is going to look at my under eyes, and he is going to tell me, like, which side. Wait, look at him, like, appropriately. Like, give them a chance. Which side? Like, look at my, okay, we're talking about concealer today. So look at my under eyes and see which one. Is one of them making me look younger and not creasing and making me look, do you see that much of a difference?
I see like a line here. There's like a longer line on this side.
All right, don't look at the, well, okay, look at the lines a little bit, but which under eye looks better?
That one.
That one does?
Yeah.
Does it really?
Yeah.
But why?
Because I see more of like a black and blue kind of going on over here.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Where?
Like, I don't know.
Where?
But when you're looking at me here, well, it might be the lighting because the light's shining on this side, but this side looks darker.
But where? I'm really curious.
Look this way. And I see black and blue there too.
Babe, but there's no black and blue. Okay, look in the mirror. Look in the mirror. What do you see? Like, look at my under eyes.
I see my terrible hair and I don't want to freaking do this.
All right, so babe, we're trying to decide which concealer looks better.
Now, if I'm looking in the mirror, so the side that's closest.
Because you're in the shadow.
No, if I'm looking at the mirror. So the one that's closest, the eye that's closest to me looks better now.
Oh my God, you are so worthless. First you said this eye was way better.
Yeah,
Now
see
you're
it?
saying that one.
Now I'm seeing more wrinkles even when you talk and smile there.
First of all, I don't have wrinkles.
I see them.
I don't know what you're talking about. Like, for real. Because, to be honest, both these concealers look freaking identical to me.
They look similar, but I'm still seeing a little betterness in some of them.
You're switching.
It depends on the lighting.